say that.
It's a lot of bags in this bag. Backseat, it's a lot of hands on this map. Don't ask me, calling for a taxi. I said put a touch speed, we wouldn't stand, it's a wrap. We wouldn't stand, it's a wrap. I'm shooting blanks, don't know where my bullets went. Wrist is iced out, credit card is fully spent. I'm being honest, but I truly can. Cough it up, is that what you truly meant? Yeah, I'm bored of you, don't want any more of you. Use the same flow, I'm feeling green just like a Mora do. I'm talking my shit right now. Done adoring you, gave allowance, you got tricks to do. It's a lot of bags in this bag. Backseat, it's a lot of hands on this map.
What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. This video is gonna be about Araxia. It's been a minute since I made a video, but yeah, I'm back to regular every other day upload, so consider subscribing. Anyways, yeah, Araxia build video. This is gonna be about efficiency and utility. Yeah, let's get right to it. Araxia. So we are doing this video a little bit different than what I usually do. Just trying something new. Let me know if you prefer videos like this or if you prefer my other build videos. But yeah, so Araxia, I have it empty so we can go step by step on these mods. So we have Umbral Intensify. Obviously you can have regular Intensify as well if you for some reason don't want to use Umbral Intensify or you don't have it. Just use regular. That's a little bit less, but yeah. Umbral Intensify for ability strength to benefit our Nourish and our fourth, well, basically it benefits everything, but mainly for Nourish and our fourth ability, which will increase damage for both, so viral damage and our wall latch damage, and as well as the AoE damage from the explosions. And then survivability mods, we have Brief Respite with 2 Augur mods, Augur Secrets for more ability strength, and Augur Message for ability duration. We want duration, so our fourth ability, the drain per second on energy, we're trying to minimize that because, like I said, this build is about efficiency and we're not trying to run out of energy super quickly. There will be times, especially if you're doing endurance runs, where you will run out of energy and you will have to rely on Araxia's passive to stay alive, but that's for like higher levels. And then on the topic of higher levels, if you're planning to do higher levels, then I would recommend catalyzing shields and rolling guard. If you're not planning to do higher levels, these 2 mods are not needed. Araxia's invisibility is enough to survive, as well as her HP gain from her fourth ability. And then we need some energy, so Prime Flow, some efficiency, so Streamline, and then we have one of the mods that benefits Araxia's third ability, which is Arcane Continuity. Well, it benefits more than just her third ability, but there are other mods that help or that work well with Araxia's third ability. I just haven't tested it, but we do use Arcane Continuity just to get some help with the armor stripping. These little spiders, scuttlers, well, let me explain how it works. So when you fire this and it hits enemies and then you kill those enemies, these little spiders will spawn, or scuttlers. I'm just gonna call them little spiders. These little spiders will spawn, and then instead of attacking for normal toxin, Arcane Continuity will change it into corrosive. So let me give you an example. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn these guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and kill them. Okay, so now we have little spiders, and now spawn some new enemies, and now the little spiders will do corrosive, as you can see. Like I said, these little spiders help a little. Like I said, there are other mods that will benefit these little guys. I just haven't tested it, so. But yeah. Moving on. And then for our eggless, we want a little bit of range. So cunning drift. Reason why we want a little bit of range is because we like zipping around as Araxia. I feel like zipping around is insanely fun, especially in like the more open maps. It's pretty fun to feel like Spider-Man zipping around while playing Warframe. And yeah, it increases it by 10 meters. I know it might not seem like a lot, but when you're playing Araxia a lot in the open areas, you might be able to tell the difference. I was able to tell the difference between not having cunning drift and having cunning drift, and yeah, I prefer having that extra 10 meters. I feel like it feels right. But yeah. And then for our arcanes, like I said, weapons platforms, so arcane rage or arcane precision if you're using secondary as your main weapon. But for us, we're using Boar right now, so arcane rage for primary damage, and then arcane crepuscular. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we use this because while invisible, we gain 30% ability strength, which, like I said, ability strength will help our nourish and our fourth ability with damage. And then not only that, but it also increases our final critical damage for our weapon. So yeah, pretty good. It's not maxed out. I'm missing exactly one to finish it, but there's another one that you can use if you're building her for health. Arcane Bellicose is pretty good. And then yeah, there's a lot of options. You can choose what you feel like, but this is what I had. Now moving on to the Boar. The Boar build that's on it currently is not what I used in the video because I was doing some testing earlier and I'm just now making this video, so yeah. Anyways, moving on to the evolutions, we have Fortress Salvo, Ready Retaliation, and Elemental Balance. So Fortress Salvo for punch through. I'm not really sure if this is better because we don't meet the requirement to get that increase of base damage because our armor is not over 450. As you can see, our armor is 125. And then reload from empty, 100% reload speed, and then Elemental Balance is the status to increase our status on our Boar, so we can proc more blasts. And moving on to the Boar build, this is not final. During that early clip, I did not have my ribbon installed for the sake of the video. I didn't want to have the ribbon and be like, okay, this is only possible if you have a ribbon, because it's not. During that clip, I didn't have a ribbon on, but now I have it on now. But before, I had this Chilling Grasp. Okay, take this Boar build with a grain of salt. It's not finalized. I haven't fully tested everything. I don't know if this is actually like peak performance, but yeah, still testing. We have Primary Blight because it's so easy to get Toxin status effect on Araxia. Her fourth ability basically turns your non-incarnon weapons or non-incarnon forms and gives them like Toxin ammo. And yeah, building Primary Blight stacks is incredibly easy with Araxia. Let me just give you an example. So if you pay attention to the top right here, you'll see the stacks. I'm gonna spawn some mobs. So as you can see on the bottom right, it turns my ammo into toxin, and I'm just gonna fire once. Bam. Primary light, 40 stacks, one hit. Especially with the boar, it's just so easy. So I'm getting the full effects of primary blight. And you know, when you add everything and wall latching and turning this into an Incarnon, third ability, second, everything just dies. But yeah, that is our board build for now. Epitaph, primer, but yeah, it's a primer. And then secondary fortifier was just another way of us shield gating. So Overguard will basically act like as a shield gate before the actual shield gate, and will help us survive. Like I said, not needed for high level content. Or sorry, not needed for lower level content. When I say lower level content, anything below 500. When I say higher level content, anything above 500. In my eyes, obviously everyone has their own little thing of, yeah, definitions, whatever. But yeah, secondary fortifier, and priming. Priming not needed, obviously, if you're not taking this to higher levels. Companion, we have our Panzer Volpapaya. I use this companion for a lot of my frames, so I didn't bother taking out synth deconstructs, as some of my frames does have equilibrium, and I know synth deconstruct's not that great without equilibrium installed on your frame. But the main reason why we're using Panzer is for reinforced bond and tenacious bond. Reinforced bond for an increased fire rate when shields are at 1200 or higher. Our shield is over at 1200, so we are going to get that increase in fire rate. And then tenacious bond, if companion's critical chance is over 50%, then you gain 1.2 final critical damage multiplier, which we have bite, which gives us a lot of critical chance. So we're past the 50% mark, which is needed to activate tenacious bond. This is going to be the end of the video. My name is Leo, your not so serious content creator, signing off.